First day back from the powerlifting meet, and my body is hella beat, but I don't want to waste any time. I want to immediately transition to finally getting lean and getting jacked and getting back to my bodybuilding roots, but this time with a purpose. I want to fix some muscular imbalances from powerlifting because we bench so much that we lack shoulders and lack some back muscles. But also, more importantly, I want to utilize those shoulder and back muscles so I can get into ollie lifting next year. And I was going to take this week off, but I learned from a personal doctor of mine that it's actually bad to immediately take a hard break from any strenuous activity that you do. And I learned that a hard way a couple times. I do a powerlifting meet, and right after I take the week off because you feel so beat that you're like, okay, my body needs this rest. But that's actually the wrong way to go about it. You wanna come back to the gym still and still work out, but you wanna have a really slow and easy workout so your body can recover and maintain the level of fitness that you need to get right back into it when you start training in week one. So a lot of people, when they run or they sprint, their bodies are hella sore. And what they end up doing is they just lay around for a whole week waiting for the soreness to go away. But if you guys have noticed, if you do a light jog for a mile or maybe even 5 minutes the day after and for a couple other days after that, your body will recover much faster. It gets the lactic acid moving around and your body is ready to train a lot sooner than if you just lay it around. So that's what I'm doing today. Everything is super light, RPE 2. I started off with some high bar squats, and I've been doing low bar for a while to prep for this meet, so I want to change things up and focus a little bit more on the quads, less on the back, and trying to keep a upright position because that's something that you really need for weightlifting. And we only worked up to 225, and after that we did a back off set for 3, and we did 185. So that was super easy. Then we moved on to the bench. I only worked up to 185 there, did a back off set with 135. Everything felt really, really easy, but it actually felt really good to just start moving again because when I first came into the gym today, I felt really, really stiff and my mind wasn't there. My grip strength was really, really weak. And I felt like I needed to drink a gallon of pre-workout to get in the zone. But just by doing things really lightly and not having to focus on numbers, I was able to get in the zone and everything started flowing again and it felt good. Then we moved on to the deadlift. And one thing I want to incorporate this next training cycle is bringing back the pyramid. When I used to bodybuild, pyramids were my favorite things because you can do high reps for volume, then you can work up to something really heavy for low reps, and then you do a back off set for another high reps, and you just get this insane pump, and you still feel like you're lifting relatively heavy, and you don't feel like you're losing all your powerlifting gains. So that's the goal for this cycle. So we did deadlift with 10, 8, 6, and then 12 reps, working up to 225 for 6 reps, keeping it really easy. Then we did cable rows, and after that, we did snatch grip behind the neck, overhead presses. And this is really important because we want to strengthen the upper back and shoulders so when we get ready to do snatches later on, we can have a very strong catching position. So we did that, and Sarah also stretched me out. This is something that Charlie taught me, is to stretch out your shoulders and your chest so that we can get into a good position for pressing. And then after that, we did some front raises, and this was super light. It was a joke. We did 5 pounds, and then we moved up to 10 pounds, and then 15 pounds, and then back down to 5 pounds. And the goal here isn't to go ham at the gym. This is just to get your body moving, and especially when you're transitioning from something from super low reps to high volume, if you make that complete jump immediately, you're gonna be fucking sore. And the next couple of days, you're gonna lose motivation for the gym. When you come back in, you might even injure something because everything's so tight. So what I like to do when transitioning from something that's low volume to high volume, I just keep the weights really, really low. That's why everything's RPE2. So that way I can get my body used to the volume without being used to the weight. And later on, I could slowly move the weight back up, kind of like in a powerlifting progressive overload fashion. Then after that, we did a very, very light circuit with just some bench dips, some barbell curls with no weight on it, and then some knees to chest just to get the body moving and kind of activating all the muscles that we're gonna need for this next cycle without getting too sore. Because there are times where I laid off abs for like 6 months and I come in, I go super ham on the ab roller, and the next entire week when I'm laughing, my abs hurt. So that's not something I want. I wanna start tracking my macros, start going ham, and hopefully start getting lean in the next 3 months. Peace.
Let's go!